Twice Exceptional Learners by Tiffany Brummett. I have always been passionate about twice exceptional students and how we can better identify and support them. There are times when I've taught students who have two or more exceptionalities, such as being gifted and dyslexic, ADHD, autistic, ESL, or have other learning disabilities. I'm grateful that we have identified some 2E students in our school system, but I always wonder how many 2E students we've missed throughout my teaching career. Twice exceptional, also referred to as 2E, is used to describe children who have gifted characteristics plus one or more disabilities as defined by federal or state eligibility criteria. These disabilities may include specific learning disabilities, speech and language disorders, emotional and behavioral disorders, physical disabilities, autism spectrum, and other impairments such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Like other gifted learners, 2E students are highly intelligent in at least one particular domain. These students may be able to mask their learning deficits by using their talents to compensate, or their giftedness is oftentimes overshadowed by their disabilities. Twice exceptional children can be highly creative, verbal, imaginative, curious, and strong problem solvers. However, at school, they may have difficulty keeping up with the course rigor and demands, resulting in inconsistent academic performance, frustration, difficulties with written expression, and labels such as lazy, unmotivated, and underachiever. This can deflate their self-efficacy, self-confidence, and motivation. How does twice exceptionality look at school and home? A teacher might say that the start of the school year has already proved quite challenging. I have a new student that shows high interest and ability in math and science. Her level of understanding and problem-solving capabilities are off the charts. So why the challenge? The student has extreme difficulty with any work that requires writing and reading. So much so that homework, note-taking, and assigned readings are very hard for her to complete. I wonder if she has a learning disability. Another teacher might say, I wish there was an answer for what was going on with one of my students this year, Jim. He's a bright, highly motivated 10-year-old who enjoys the STEM problems we cover in class. He's a walking encyclopedia on the planet Mars and recent missions. He's even designed plans for a new Mars rover. Despite this, Jim is extremely quiet and withdrawn. He does not seem to have any friends and rarely looks at me in the eye when I try to talk with him about Mars or other subjects. A parent might say that each night homework ends in frustration, tears, and meltdowns. It takes hours each night to complete homework when other classmates seem to complete assignments in a fraction of the time. My child seems disorganized, clueless about what needs to be done, and her backpack is a mess. She's very creative and enjoys delving into deep, complex content, but is having major difficulties when it comes to language arts and math. Another parent may say, I've been receiving complaints from the teacher about my son who is concerned he is distracting and annoying in class with his classmates. She described him as interruptive and rude, often not paying attention. He has a high IQ, but it's viewed as being a behavior problem. He has deep interest outside of school and can engage for hours on topics he cares about. Normally outgoing with a great sense of humor, he is becoming withdrawn and hates school. I wish for more than negative phone calls and emails from the school. What does the intellectual environment look like at school and at home? Well, the school environment can sometimes be the hardest job for teachers to differentiate by increasing appropriate intellectual challenges while decreasing the effects of 2E students' difficulties. Instructional strategies should recognize the students' strengths and build in scaffolding to support their weaknesses in differentiating their curriculum, product type, or content focus to a 2E's interest and strengths. Allow 2E students to demonstrate their knowledge and ideas with products of choice. Twice exceptional students perform better when they are not required to complete rote or repetitive work. A 2E student can be successful by 1. Modifying common requirements such as handwriting, timed quizzes, or tests. 2. Reduced assignments such as number of math problems and length of written responses. 3. Providing visual aids such as charts and graphs. And 4. Hanging up independent and small group work. Teachers should collaborate with parents and other staff members, including the GT coordinator, a school psychologist, and administrators to ensure the appropriate supports and accommodations are in place. For the home environment, parents should be an advocate for their 2E child by knowing their child's strengths, weaknesses, and learning style to help inform the teacher and school through open communication. Helpful information for teachers could include the parent sharing observations demonstrating various ways the 2E student learns and completes tasks at home. Parents need to be aware that children with disabilities are protected under the Individual with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, and they might want to investigate whether an individualized education program, an IEP, might be appropriate for their twice exceptional child. Parents need to be accepting of their child's differences and focus on what they can do to support them at home and at school. How can we support 2E students at school and at home? As far as school goes, traditional classroom environments often do not work for twice exceptional students, so teachers should be prepared to make classroom modifications as needed. 2E students are often sensitive to bright lighting, uncomfortable furniture, distracting noises, and limited space. Teachers should consider alternatives for lighting, seating options, and the availability of free space where students can feel comfortable. 2E students could also be allowed preferential seating near the teacher for visual cues and private signals for engaging in the lesson. They could also use assistive technology for reminders and test-taking needs. As far as home support, checklists, frequent reminders of due dates, and similar school resources from home can help a 2E child stay on task. Parents should collaborate with the school to help teachers and administrators understand their child's physical needs, organizational needs, and any other needs for success in the school, including identifying the ideal seating preference for general classroom work, finding a quiet spot for test taking, imitating the same organizational strategies at home and school, and being aware when additional scaffolding could be needed. Parents can also provide assistive technology tools such as keyboards, word processing, text-to-speech software, electronic calendars, and graphic organizers to help students that could possibly have dysgraphia, poor handwriting, and underdeveloped fine motor skills. How can we offer social, emotional supports at school and home? At school, focusing on twice exceptional child strengths versus weaknesses and finding peers who share their interests and abilities can help the student's overall happiness. A twice exceptional child should never feel that accommodations for the classroom and curriculum are being made because of his situation. Accommodations for a 2E student should be offered to all students to eliminate discrimination. School and classroom environments must feel safe and foster respect for individuals and individual differences. At home, a parent's love, acceptance, and support are important for their child to not feel different. Parents need to focus on their child's strengths as opposed to weaknesses. Parents can promote social and emotional experiences for their 2E child by finding peers and helping build friendships, teaching friendship social skills, modeling conversations, and providing tips for how to foster relationships. Extracurricular activities provide opportunities for twice exceptional children to pursue their passions, experience success, and build self-confidence. Parents can seek advice from local or online parent groups to provide resources, tips, and access to others with similar experiences. In conclusion, teachers and parents can empower twice exceptional students by pinpointing and nurturing their talents and strengths first. Twice exceptional children can build self-confidence, develop genuine identities, and socialize with like-minded friends once they truly understand their talents and can cope with challenges along the way.